What's up? It's the girl Quinny, back with another video. And today's video is about the time I stayed in a shelter. A lot of people don't know a lot of things about me, but you keep watching YouTube and you subscribe, you will find out about my life. But yes, if you watch the previous video, if you go back a little bit and you'll see the video about me talking about my experience with my firstborn, it'll kind of coincide with this shelter story. Okay, so before I even moved to New York, I applied for housing because my mom was just like, girl, you know, you pregnant, you don't know how. Basically, your mama gonna give you a backup plan and a plan B when your dumb self can't figure out even a plan A. So she was like, girl, apply for you some housing, girl. So things wasn't working out in New York. They came pick me up. I was really stubborn. My grandma, like, she was about to yoke me up and be like, girl, you coming back with us? Because I was like, at first, it's like, it sounds good, your mom and your grandma gonna come rescue you, but then you got John Doe in your ear sitting there telling you all this good stuff. And you like, man, what I do? I just say, bump my husband for my grandma and my mama. But I end up going with my grandma and my mom. Fast forward. So, they come get me on like a Saturday, Sunday, something like that. The Monday morning hits. Now, before I left, I end up buying a car for like $300 from my favorite. She's like my favorite, sweetest older cousin. Like, she's just. I got a lot of sweet cousins, but she's a very sweet one. I just love her. So I got the car from her. Now, mind you, this car ain't had no type of heat, but I was cool with riding around with my blanket. It got me where I needed to go. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what I'm getting, the flu, cold, what, but it is what it is. I'm about to spray this down with some bleach too. That's just me. But anyway, so Monday rolls around. We go to me and my firstborn. We go to the welfare office because that's where they do all the shelter assignments at. So when you walk through the door, you first walk in. It's a big room. That's for the food stamp people. This tiny room past the big room is where all the people go for shelter assignments that basically women with children go. So I'm in there and you pretty much can't leave. So if they call your name and you're not there, you just get bumped off the list and then you're going to have to sit in there the next day for another, you know what hours until they feel like calling you. So we sitting there. I'm looking at this little boy, not my son, but another little boy. And I'm like, his face looks so familiar, like I seen it on somebody else's body. So I asked the girl, I said, his mom, I said, who's your child's father? She told me who it was. I said, girl, are you serious? I went to school with him. She's like, yeah, girl. He said he from Savannah. I'm like, girl, he ain't from Savannah. Because Savannah got more than one traffic light, girl. He from this town that I grew up in, girl. So from there, we hit it off. So, and I mean, at that point, it feels good to be surrounded by somebody who's dealing with the same situation you're dealing with. But she was up there. She had family, but she was just pretty much up there alone, but navigating, you know. But it's like me and her clique. So I'm not sure whether she rolled with us to, because they don't send you directly to the shelter. They send you to a hotel. I guess while they're trying to find you vacancy in the shelter. So we get to the, I don't know how she got there, but I know I drove there. So, and then plus they have a bus that takes you there. So maybe she got a, I don't remember really. But we get to the hotel. We must have stayed there for like a couple days, maybe 2 or 3 days. It wasn't long because, you know, The state ain't trying to pay for you to be living it up in a hotel. That's a fact. So we finally get the assignment. Me and her, thank goodness, ended up in the same shelter. So I want to say she had her son and she was pregnant. I gotta ask her. She had her son and she was, me and her still friends to this day. That's sauce. And she was pregnant. So anyway, so we get to the shelter, y'all. I swear I have not been so scared to stay at a place, one of the worst places I ever stayed at in my life. We get there. First of all, the house looks like it was built in like 19, or not even 19, the 1800s. It was old. They probably done tore it down now, but it was really old. And I lived in an old house. But this was beyond. This place looked at haunted. Haunted. Okay? So, I had to take a deep breath. I'm like, Quintel, you just gotta do what you gotta do for you and your baby. So I walk up to the driveway. It's like the house is right here and it's a long driveway. Walk up to the driveway and you got a door right here. So but a little bit past the door is like an old barn. Now the barn looked more haunted than the doggone house did. And it's white. It's like a white, but like a creepy white. Like a black, white, nasty, black. Just look old and haunted. So I'm just like, okay, I walk in the door. And sometimes you have to give it the benefit of the doubt because you think it's an old house. You probably like, oh, they done spruce it. Bro, it looks something like off the Addams Family. So we get our rooms. I have my own room. I actually think I had the biggest room out of everybody in the house. Me and my friend that I met, me and her went in the same shelter. So I'm like, oh girl, you got that little room. You got a baby in your stomach and you got that little one, girl. You got that little room. Girl, sometime I probably should have wished I had a little room. Anyway, so they give us a key. We get the key, open the door, walk in the room. It's a dresser when you walk in. It's a baby crib. Like right when you walk in, you go to the look to the left. It's a crib right there by the wall. You walk through the door, dresser, crib, bed. Okay, so I'm like, okay, this might not be too bad. It's a queen size bed. Everybody else pretty much I think had twin size, so they must have recognized the queen. So I was holding my baby in my arm, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, there's no way I'm putting my baby down in this place. But it's like, you have to. They want you to get used to the environment, and that's something that I was not willing to do. So I called my mom. I'm like, look, I know I told you I was going to do this housing thing, but bro, I'm not staying here. She said, oh, you better stay there if you want this housing. So I stayed there probably, I don't even know, y'all. Maybe 5 nights total. 5 nights total. No, I can't front. Maybe it was 10 to 20 nights total. Off and on, because I think we got a weekend pass or something, and I would go stay at my mama's house. And then 9 times out of 10, Monday roll around, I still stay at my mama's house. So they end up saying, okay, well, you know, Quintel, you're not really with the program. Somebody else could really be taking advantage of this situation. And I'm just like, let them take advantage of this situation because this is not for me. Okay? So I stayed with my mom, but right when I'm pretty much moved in with my mom, I was approved for my housing. So that was just a blessing, because when I used to come from my mom's and stay there, I used to always check under the pillows, check the crib, and then the lady would come in and ask me, because they had like somebody to pretty much watches over you during the day and at night and da-da-da-da. And she asked me, she said, you know your baby's not supposed to be sleeping in the bed with you. I said, well, I don't know what to tell you, but this one here is going to be sleeping in the bed with me because I don't trust putting my baby in that crib. And she was like, why don't you trust putting your baby in the crib? Then I showed her those rat droppings. I don't know what happened, but after that, I didn't stay there no more. I said, I can't do it. So I end up getting my crib, which was, it's like, you know, your typical hood spot, because they're gonna always give you something in the hood. It's not gonna be like no fabulous apartment that you think is gonna be so great. It's just gonna be your typical hood apartment. Now the hood apartment, that's for another video, but this hood apartment, it had mice in there that I had to get rid of, but I ended up getting a cat. That's why sometimes it pays to have a cat, because they take care of the job, because I'm petrified of mice. But yes, y'all, that is the time that I stay in a shelter. So that's the end of the video, guys. I will be talking about more interesting things that happen throughout my life, I'm sure. And any topics that you guys got for me, drop them down in the comments below. I'm sure I would love any and everything you have for me. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell too, so you can be notified when I get another video up. Okay, so you guys be safe out there. You be safe out there. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. You guys be safe out there. And you always stay positive.